This is Gene Krebs. Hi there. Oh. Whoosh. And we're high on Ohio.
The United Way, at its best, is local. It's an opportunity for community leaders to come together and try to change the conditions in the community.
Okay.
Primarily, we've done that over the last 100 years through fundraising.
Okay.
Mobilize a bunch of resources and then use those dollars to affect community change.
Okay.
We got pretty good at processes over the 100 years, and so it became a little mechanized where you go to the workplace, you get that pledge card on your desk, it's the same time of year, and then in the spring we have great volunteer process to distribute those dollars to a select group of agencies. What we've learned over time, however, is that that's not enough.
Okay.
To get it done, we actually have to go out and address our community's most difficult problems, which require creative solutions, which means we have to use those great resources we have in many different ways. Ultimately, we just need to connect deeper and deeper into the community and deeper into neighborhoods.
Okay.
One of the things that I find most rewarding about our work is the fact that we're trying to get into neighborhoods and have conversations with folks. And the more we talk to neighbors about their community, ask them what their aspirations are, not what their needs are. We can compile a list of needs.
Okay.
But aspirations, and kind of flip the switch in their head that they can be a part of the change and be a part of the work, then you start to see some interesting things happen. So I fundamentally believe, especially in communities like ours, it has to be far more organic. There has to be more involvement of neighborhoods, actual real people. And our job, where we have some of the resources that they're going to need to meet those aspirations, is to be as cooperative and collaborative as absolutely possible. One of the things that's very interesting about our future is that workplace model. What does that look like in the future? How do we re-engage with people at the workplace? Because we're not able to engage with them now because it's a different kind of environment.
Right.
The boss drops a pledge card on your chair. Now you're offended. Whereas in the past, you filled it out because you thought it was your duty. And so we need to move away from philanthropy or giving to United Way because the company or the boss told me to one where I'm passionate about this work and I want to be involved in it myself. What we're doing is engagement. So the new buzzword for United Way is engagement. How do we engage our community? How do we engage young leaders? How do we engage women? How do we engage minorities? How do we make that quintessential American want to associate, which is still there, but it's different today than it was. And so we now need to understand that and find new ways for them to engage. And so one of the most successful things we have going on right now is our Young Leaders Group. Because it's a realization that they're different, they want to be different, and so let's act differently with them. There's this notion that inner city parents don't care about their kids. That's horribly wrong. Inner city parents deeply care about their children. They just have issues that most of us can never understand or face, and we just need to reach out to them and work with them in different ways. Graduating our kids keeps me up at night. I mean, as a society, this has got to be solved. We must get every kid across that stage. Make it possible for the community to help the schools.
How so?
In Toledo, we called it community hubs. Here in Cleveland, we're calling it community wraparound schools. In Cincinnati, they call it community learning centers. But the idea that the school is a natural hub of activity in a neighborhood and bust down the barriers that limit a community's ability to interact with that school. And so there are lots of things that go into that. But ultimately, we're all in this together to graduate our kids. And the more we can wrap the community supports and services around those kids and their families in that school environment, the more successful we're going to be. Well, I think the most successful United Ways in the future are going to be the ones that are closest to their community. For me, I stumbled into this work because I was curious. We need to find leaders who are inquisitive and who are asking why things are the way they are and how can they be different.
For more about the Center for Community Solutions or their publications, please visit www.communitysolutions.com.